Yeah, big welcome to you, my dear Aries. Today, the sun in Scorpio, that means when we look at the sun, the Scorpio constellation is right behind it and highlighting your moon, or the moon that is now in your sign, into transformation, into letting go, into bringing your feet above your head, in bringing the guts, bringing the intuition above the mind, above the analytical mind. And this position, Scorpio's position in yoga, is very intense. We have to be very focused, we have to be very connected to every step that we do here. Now here is the constellation, star constellation of Scorpio. Here is Libra, and here we go to Sagittarius, which is then in the next month. The sun has moved then in the guardian angel. Here we have the fish, which is noon, the Hebrew word for this card. And we rise out of the subconscious into a higher consciousness. And it affects the whole world, and including the wings of the phoenix rising out of its own ashes. Now, the moon in your sign today, and I have an application, and right now the moon is 69.6% full, meaning highlighted by Scorpio. So Scorpio's light is putting like a beam of light into the intuition, into the understanding that in our mind, when we close our eyes, when we meditate, we are able to go deep within. We are able to realize things that we might not realize when we have our eyes open. Now you, of course, I did the meditation position because you're the brain, and what other position can I give you than meditation? The only way to really liberate ourselves, of course, headstand could be one, right? Because it's a king, but it's not the real king. The emperor is the king above the mind. It's the number one, it's the self. And how can we understand the self? Only through meditation. So I painted you in 4 directions. I painted you with the bee, because in the old traditional card, we have a bee here. And even here in Aleister Crowley, his whole dress is filled with bees. So the bee is a very structured and organized group, and the queen bee is you, because you are the queen of wands. You're not the king of wands, that's Leo. You're the queen of wands, and so it's very clear why they choose here the bee for the emperor. To understand your desires is to see actions with your head. You love to take actions, sometimes too quick. You are a cardinal sign. You begin projects, but doesn't mean you end them. Scorpio is a fixed sign. Scorpio is in the center of fall, and Scorpio are the colors of the leaves that are falling right now. So the Queen of Wands, if your birthday is between March 12th and April 9th, you are this court card. If your birthday is before or after, please look in my description down below, where I have listed all the court cards and the dates that they correspond to, because I picked that up from Aleister Crowley. He gave very specific dates to all of the court cards. So this combination is going to shift you, because I mean you have 96.6% of the moon is full, right? I'm looking at my application here, And 96.6 means that's the number calculated together. 9 and 6 is 12. 12 is 3, 9 and 3 is 12, which is the 3. The 3 is the Empress. The 3 is then the female aspect of the Emperor. Right here, the Emperor is like this male energy, but you are a feminine energy in the court cards. So now on top of it, with the moon, or with this moment of my reading, right, I'm keep looking because it's shifting, it's constantly shifting, and I want to see if it's shifting within the reading. But right now the number 3 is here, and I want you to see that I'm changing the way I'm doing my readings. I want to do more freestyle, and I was combining the Light Seer Tarot and the Mystic Moment Oracles in one stack, which looks like this. So it was very interesting to shuffle. And I already got 8 cards out. And right now I just want to get one Creativity Oracle. This is a new deck that I got from this really lovely couple, Amy Cerner and Monte Faber. Now what's really interesting in these cards is they're all made of fabric, and then they photographed it and of course printed these cards, and they're very otherworldly, these cards. So I'm gonna actually get one card. There we go. So 2 fell out. I'm going to put the other one aside. I'm going to take only the top one, but maybe I will look at it at the end. So just look into this card, right? And remember, it's made of fabric. And they're quite exquisite, these cards. They're not the typical oracle cards. The fabric in itself always brings some texture to it. And the longer we look at them, the more we start realizing the depth or the mystery within these cards. Now, of course, it feels like this is a planet. This is a horse with wings, and very like it's the Pegasus. It's the horse that is flying, the spiritual horse. Now you don't have a horse because you are a queen. You're sitting on a throne. The name of this card is Transformation, and it says, allow the energy of fear to be transformed by love, creativity, and compassion. The card number is 44, which we don't count together. So it is a spiritual message of the 4th chakra. And the Scorpio name usually is Transformation, or the Death card. And it's the number 13, which is a 4. So then we have 4, 4, 4. So it's speaking to you 3 times 4 in power. The power of transformation in your solar plexus. The power to overcome fear and to rise out into the stars, into the sky, and fly like the phoenix. Fly and spread your wings and give yourself the space to grow with, like it says, by love, creativity, and compassion. What comes right after is the, and I put this down, is the Knight of Cups. And he is, look at him. I mean, what else do you need? He's the most beautiful, charming personality that will bring you roses, bring you love letters, makes a picnic, has this beautiful horse. And together with this card, which is very, very fascinating, the bee, which is the number 11, Queen Bee. So you are going to be transformed into the Queen Bee. You are going to be transformed into being this spiritual guide for a bigger group of people. Because that's what you do. If you look within, if you take the path of love, now this could be a Pisces coming into your life and making you realize that he is searching forever for the Holy Grail. And this inspiration in your life will make you become this incredible spiritual, inspirational personality, a real queen bee. You will be transformed. And since we had this as a 4, so there is another 4, right? So we had the 4 here, 4, 4, and we have the 4 here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 4s. So in the end, it's not about the power. You know about power. This is something that you do all the time. It is about your heart. It's about your love that you can bring to the people. And I always make the heart chakra in the center as that main energy that we need to be in love, then we can reach to the upper chakras. We need to be in the center here. I haven't painted the chakras yet because I'm painting this card again new. But here is going to be the heart chakra, is that inner eye that we're seeing. So you are becoming this queen bee, which is also the 69.6% of the moon fullness, the 3, the empress, the combination of an emperor and an empress. The emperor is always Aries. The empress is not connected to a zodiac sign. So bringing the masculine and the feminine, because you are a feminine court card, bringing that together makes you then a real amazing, beautiful queen bee if you choose the path of love and not the path of action, not the path of aggression, not the path of a warrior or a fighter, which you naturally are. After that comes the 10 of Pentacles, that is Mercury in Virgo, and the Hierophant. The Hierophant that is climbing up, that is laughing because he has understood true wealth is a community. True wealth is not just the money. True wealth is when we have people that we can laugh with, that we can create things with, a community, a powerful community that is standing here and saying, let's hold hands, let's work together, let's enjoy each other. And of course here she painted a family. And they have 4 children, if they're theirs, right? Maybe they only have 1, but it doesn't matter. It's the community, it's the coming together that makes your life so much worth living. And going up a stairs, going up to the light, reaching the light by sitting below at the beginning of the steps and knowing it's all within you. This ladder is reaching up to the heart chakra with the 4 times 4, and that's here in your heart. After that we have these 2 cards, which then says that you have the 28, which is a 10, and then you have the 50, which is the observer. So here it says, can you hear me? Now, very interesting. In the German deck, it doesn't say, can you hear me? It says, alone. And I find the translation not right for this one. I like the alone, because it means to me all one. All one. Within you, you are searching, you're continuously searching for the emotional fulfillment, for the creative outlet, and you looking focused forward. You are, if you take this sentence, you want to be heard by the way you take pictures, by the way then you are creative, because after that comes the Page of Swords, which is the one who has the creative ideas, and he walks tiptoeing over the sword and bringing the ideas into fruition, into the Queen of Pentacles, into the Capricorn energy, into the woman that holds the fertility, and that's the Empress. The Empress is the fertility goddess. That's it. Now we still have 69.6. So the Empress is speaking here through the way the moon is right now full, right? The number 3, giving birth. And that's what creativity does. Creativity is giving birth, and giving birth is a transformation. Giving birth is difficult because it's painful as well, but through the pain we understand after the happiness. Through the pain we understand then also a level of compassion for others that are going through the same pain. So the deeper you search for the love, the deeper you understand that you arrive in the end through relationships at yourself. These are just reflections to you. So here you have Pisces, and you have a Taurus that maybe inspires you, that maybe brings you deeply up. And as you can see, it's like a ladder, and here's the ladder. So you are realizing when you are yourself, when you have found the Queen Bee, which is, by the way, the number 11, and it's also a number that we don't count together. And it must have started with the portal at 11/11, November, the 11th of November, which was the angelic portal where everything opened up. And you did see that portal, right? You did see a light. It did came to you. And the financial situation is excellent. You are clearly safe. You have everything you need, and you have the happiness of a family. You have the happiness of a spiritual awareness that you always find within, that you always find within your head, within your brain, within the meditation. And still you're searching, still you want to be heard, still you want to be seen. And that inspires you to get creative, to find the highest level that you can become is the observer that sees nature, the observer that understands that creativity is liberating you. It's like seeds coming out of you, and you will see those ideas, right? They will come, they will make themselves noticed because you had the light. It's like the light bulbs. You had the light. You had that transformational awakening, and you were realizing it's all about me finding my path. It's me finding not the me, the ego that says, well, I'm spiritual and then I have a spiritual ego. No, it's me that is finding a creative outlet, a spiritual outlet that can make me even more fertile, that can make me even more strong. And clearly the ideas are growing out of her. Now, where is this bringing you into the future? To Cancer, to the success, a success that will say, yes, everything that you do, this white horse is leading you, but you need to bring the white and the black horse together. Now, interesting enough, this Capricorn is always the darkest month of the year. It's the black horse. Here is the black horse in the end, right? Here, because of Capricorn time. So in Capricorn time, on the 21st of December begins the winter solstice. The sun is at its lowest point. The sun is in the dark horse. And then you are able again to move forward because you have the transformation, you have the white horse. And it's very interesting that you are seeing your own transformation from a different perspective, from the inner eye, from the third eye, which is here, which I painted within these four heads. There is that eye of the universe, which is very, very beautiful energy, right? And so you are going to be successful with the search of what it is that you want to find, with the search of going further up. Now, when I placed the deck, it slided, and when I see a little bit, of course I have to incorporate. So the future in Aquarius, the age of Aquarius is coming and speaking about you taking that leap of faith in transformation and going up to the stars and saying, I find my star, I find my light, I find that which I understand, not in a physical level but on a spiritual level, because it's giving me hope here on these lower levels, because we are human beings. We still need to work out the dualities. We have no other choice. Once we are leaving this body, then we are up with the stars. So know that you are going for an incredible, beautiful, the white horse. You're going for a spiritual journey, for a deeper level of understanding who you truly are, and not anymore the ego that is, of course, necessary, but allow this natural unfoldment of a spiritual humbleness, of a spiritual observer, an observer that just watches how ideas come down, watches how you can make out of those ideas even money, and then a success, and then even up in the internet, in the forms that the age of Aquarius is bringing to us now, in the forms of the virtual reality, the metaverse, not the universe, the metaverse, that is bringing you a spiritual connection that is beyond your normal imagination, right? And is helping you to understand who you really are. You're never alone, right? And you will be heard. You will be mostly seen, in how you express your creative energies, give birth to it, right? Give birth to it so that it can become a material energy, and moving forward with this success up into the age of Aquarius. that's your reading for this amazing transformation happening right now up in the sky. 69.6, so still a fertility, giving birth to that creative aspect that is waiting to come out, to be seen by others as well. Well, I hope I see you in the next reading again. That's when the guardian angel is coming. That's when Sagittarius is coming out. Until then, I thank you so much for watching. Namaste.